The gloves are on. Corvette enthusiasts, you better sit down because I am about to blow you away. The rarest Corvette in the world is our number 3 rarest muscle car in the world. The year, 1969. The company, Chevrolet. The division, General Motors, had just made the 69 Corvette. Now you say, what was so special about 69 Corvette? Well, it started out with this right here, the 427. And you say, well, what in the world was so special about a 69 427 Corvette? Nothing, except for the fact that it was a ZL1. And I'm not talking about a Copo Camaro. I am talking about one of 2 427 ZL1 Corvettes. It is here, and it is our number 3 car, rarest muscle cars in the world, and the rarest Corvette in the world at Rogers Corvette Center in Maitland, Florida. Of course, the ZL1 sitting again at Rogers Corvette Center. David, how did Roger get this car? I mean, where did it come from? How did he get it?
Roger had followed this car for many, 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 many years. It became actually a government seizure in 1991, and he purchased it through an actual government auction, October 11th, 1991. And it's been at home ever since.
How much, if you can say, how much did he pay for it in 91?
At that particular time, he paid $300,000 for the car, which was an extreme amount of money in those times for a Corvette.
And the engine in the car, let's go through the car. What is so special about the ZL1? We all know it's got the aluminum engine, but tell us about the compression and all that.
Well, what I can tell you about the ZL1 is it's simply really an L88 with an aluminum block. You know, these cars were built for factory racing, and this one was ordered with an aluminum block. Extreme,
but one of 2.
One of 2 cars documented that was sold to the public by General Motors. You have 427, 560 horsepower engine.
Now, do you think that was 560 rated horsepower, or is that just what they were told it was 560?
Well, this particular motor has been gone through, and it was actually dynoed at 540 horsepower, putting it back together at the flywheel. Chevrolet originally rated this car at 430 horsepower to please the government, but that was rated at a substantially lower RPM.
Right.
That was their way of getting around that at the particular time. At a higher RPM, it does reach horsepower ranges in the mid-5s.
Mid-5s.
Absolutely amazing horsepower.
This is getting on up there with the new Z06.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, we went with the new Z06. We went right back to 1969, didn't we?
What happened to that oil crisis we all hear about and gas mileage? That's out the door with the Z06, and it was certainly out the door in 69.
Exactly, exactly. Your new Z06 today, however, gets about mid-20s on the highway, where you're probably going to get 4 miles to the gallon anytime you drive this car. This car was meant for 2 speeds. It was meant for off or to the floor.
Right. Now, if this car ever came for sale, what do you think it would bring at the open market?
Well, if you go really, it's hard to say. So we'll just we'll take what we know and we'll try to gain a value. You know, your 5 1963 Grand Sports that were produced are traditionally in today's time known as the most valuable Corvettes. And in recent times, there have been 1 to 2 that have changed hands in the area of $4 to $5 million. Wow. And it's my educated guess that the next in line as far as value would have to be the ZL1. So I would compare it as a similar value to the Grand Sports.
So we're looking at least $5 million, if not, say $5 to $7 million Corvette.
I think that may be a little bit extreme, but it's definitely in the millions.
Whew. And no one would ever have thought in a million years in 1969 that this car would appreciate so high, but it has. And here it is at Rogers Corvette Center. David Jeske, thanks again for your time. It has been a real pleasure for us. The ZL1, the number 3 rarest muscle car in the world. If you've got a $5 or $6 million check, call David. He might take it, might not. You never know. But
it's not for sale. We know that, Richard, and it never will be.
But that's at rogerscorvette.com. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thanks again, and we'll see you again next week on Muscle Car Madness.